It's Rise and Reiki with Pepe and Amy Hyde Healing Art. I am so beyond excited in the most loving way to have this beautiful soul join, and one of the most amazing human beings. We just love you so much, Amy. She's also a certified Reiki practitioner with me. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you on because I know what I'm doing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Amy! Even
Hi,
Pepe's like
good morning.
excited. He's like, I'm here. He's excited. As
Hi,
soon as I said
Pepe.
Amy, yes, it's your
Hi.
aunt.
It's
Say
Auntie
hi.
Amy.
Auntie Amy. I'm gonna put him like right next to me. Hold on one second. How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing great.
And
Phoenix wants
I
to say hi. Say hi.
yes. Hi,
Good
Phoenix.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh my gosh, I can't. I can't. It's so great. It's so great. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm good. I had an event last night, and it was great. It was something different that I've never done before. It was
Yeah,
the Phoenix. You got to turn that down. It was actually at a bar.
I love
Um,
it.
but
I've done some at
they
bars.
did
It's
this
great.
market there, and there was all kinds of just magical humans. They did aura portraits, just like herbs and stuff like that.
I love it. Did you meet Healing with Jay while you were there?
Yeah, he came. Him and
I
Jess
love
came.
it. I
Yeah,
love it. It's so great to like see all the connections that we have like with
yeah,
everybody like in different spots.
yeah,
But I'm so excited to talk to you, Amy, because first off, I love your art, and that's how we started to connect. And I know that also my dad, who has ascended, loved your art as well. And I feel like, yes, yes, yes. I know I have your stuff. Like, I actually, my mom, the one that they originally bought, the round one, is now with me at my house.
yeah,
So, but something I want to just say about like your art is that it goes beyond art. It has an emotion behind it, which I know that art does make us feel certain type of emotions. But when I opened the box the first time that I actually received your art, I was like crying. Like the amount of love and intention and just intuitive energy that you put into your pieces is just beyond magical. And I know that you then, went on to learn Reiki with me, but I'd just like to hear a little bit about your process and how you really connect to having your art just be also this opportunity for people to really heal and go inward.
yeah. So when I first started putting myself out there on Instagram, I was really like just stepping into like my being spiritually alert, being more open to whatever was out there. And I was really called to put that into my artwork and put the energy that I was feeling
Mm,
at the time, because there was so much going on with COVID and with all the racial, pain that was
injustice. Yep.
um, I was really called to put that into my work, what I was feeling. And that's how it kind of started, by like doing things intuitively. Um, and then I kind of got into, um, you know, Instagram and the whole crystal community, and meditation, and I started opening up to like more and more things, feelings, and what I didn't realize were just like my gifts, and and I just really it it all came together in my art. It really
Mm,
did. And then I started infusing, like I saw the need for so much more love on in this
mm,
universe.
yep.
And I started infusing my artwork, just like putting the intention of love and healing and things like that into the work. And and naturally Reiki came to me, and it was kind of like I was already infusing it with
Yes.
that love, and I didn't even realize it at the time. So
Amazing, amazing.
yeah.
And I have to just say, for you as well, like, where has like it helped the Reiki, right? Like, how has it helped to elevate even you as an artist and your intention and experience? Because it sounds like obviously you were immersing it with such energy healing already, but then to kind of then, I know you're Reiki and it's amazing and it's magical. So like, where has that elevated you in your art or just as a healer?
Oh my goodness. Ever since I finished my Reiki 2 with you, um, I mean, it's like so many other of your students, like their openness to other things have like I don't know, just it's just become more apparent that that I can hear things, I can
Yep.
see things with my with my third eye, um, and with my Reiki, it's really I don't even know how to explain it. It really is just it feels like I intuitively know what, or not know, feel. I can feel
Mm,
what is needed, um, as far as in my artwork, what needs to go out there.
wow. That's pretty potent to be tapping into that kind of collective energy, you know?
Yeah, and it's I feel a lot as an artist. Every artist that I've ever known has that imposter syndrome thing, and I struggle with that quite a bit. I really do, because
Yeah.
I'm it's also very new to me, because it's only been within the last couple of years, that this has all come to me. So
I
it's
was about
like
to ask you that.
at one time.
Yeah, because I know that you made a big leap of faith where this is what you just do full time.
Hmm.
And let me ask you a quick question. What would you have for any advice for anybody that like decides to do that? Because it's one thing, I think, to put yourself out there as a healer, but as an artist, people are either gravitating to something that you're creating. That is a very vulnerable thing that I cannot even imagine or begin to fathom of how that would just kind of definitely offset my emotions, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely adds a layer of challenge there, because it's not just selling something, it is putting my heart and soul and energy out there for people to either like or dislike, So it's like, sometimes I put stuff out there and it's like, oh, well, that wasn't very well received. In my mind, I'm like, oh, it wasn't that good, or
Right.
whatever. But then, somebody will come along down the road in 6, 8 months and, swipe up that piece, and like that was meant for me. Um,
Right. Yeah.
but as far as,
How do you navigate that? I just am so curious. How do you
oh,
navigate some of those emotions? Like, what do you do for yourself to navigate through some of that heaviness?
I really, I'm more mindful now of those thoughts. At first, I was just like, I would get really down on myself and really struggle, and like, oh, what have I done? What have
Mm.
I done? I quit my job and nobody likes me. It's just like all those silly, thoughts
They're,
go.
but they're real. They're
Yeah.
real. We go
Yeah.
down to a scarcity mindset. I mean, if you
Hmm.
think about it, it's like, oh my God, what did I just do? You have
Yeah.
a family, right? It's like,
Hmm.
and I can relate to this as just an entrepreneur, but you go into these spaces where you're like, what did I just do to my life? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. It really was a struggle. I mean, it still is. It's an ongoing struggle, but I'm more mindful now,
Hmm.
of those thoughts, um and it's just easier to it's almost like a muscle you have to exercise. You have to just really be mindful of those thoughts that are dragging you down, and sit with them if needed. Just
Right.
let it move through you, let it go through you, um and it every single time it gets better. It gets better
Yeah.
and
It's
easy.
it, I love that you called it like a muscle, because it's exactly that. It's working out this muscle within your mind of
Hmm.
really being able to shift the energy, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, because I think that we can't just let it go. And I think that as being an entrepreneur, we're constantly trying new things, and we're constantly really kind of putting ourselves out there in different ways of like, I can not relate in the same of like artwork, but like I might put out a workshop and nobody signs up. But then the next time I put it out, so many people do. Like there's all these different factors that we take it so personal, but we don't realize that it's also just really comes down to the environment and the timing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It with my sales and things like that, sometimes it's a rough month for everybody, or the summer has been a rough summer. From what I've heard, it's been a pretty rough month.
Yeah.
And I really, really, really have been shown that I need to just trust.
Mm.
And I really, it's like when I fully lean into that, trust, um, blessings just like come out of nowhere, they just,
Yes.
my very, once I fully lean into it, like my very next live, it will be well received. Um, but it's a challenge getting to that point where you're actually leaning into it.
Yeah, no, exactly it. And the thing is that I talked about this actually on somebody else's live, is that our third eye chakra is connected to the energy of trust. And so everything that you're saying is like, clairvoyance, your ability to see, clairaudience, your ability to receive messages and hear different things, all of that rests within our third eye. And so when we're disconnected from trust, we're not actually even connecting to our chakra that really holds the intuitive energy, that really holds that kind of psychic magic, if you will. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have a question for you right now. What energy is inspiring your art? Because I think that you are such a powerful example of how you can tap in to the collective energy and be able to then execute that through your art. So like what energy right now is really supporting your art, or what you're kind of feeling as you're going into this like upcoming live sale and what you have going on?
Um, excuse me.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was like yelling last night because it was so loud in there. So I'm just like my throat.
Yeah.
um, but right now, well, I, if a lot of you have been following me, you've probably noticed that I've been going through a pretty tough like few months. Like it's been really, really rough. And I know I'm not alone. I feel
You're
it for
not.
everyone. Like
I think a lot of healers.
mine
Yeah.
might be a little bit different than everyone else's, but the feeling is still the same. Um, that's what I believe. I feel like so many people are going through this really just like dense and heavy time, and we're like starting to emerge from it and like shed those things. And um, and while I was in the trenches there, I really started leaning into what I felt and what I wanted to create to help me um, process
Mm.
these feelings that I was having. And even though I felt like that I couldn't create those light and feathery,
Ethereal.
emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like it really was needed to go through, this heaviness and process it and feel it and get it out of me, like just shed it. And I really was leaning into that. And even in my posts that I made on some of my paintings, even when I couldn't paint or I couldn't create or didn't feel like that I could, I leaned into the feeling I had when I created it. And
Mm.
when I post it, when I would, you caption my post, things would come to me, and it was such a healing thing to
Mm.
write. Not everybody reads those posts. It was more for me, you know.
I love that you're saying that. That is actually such a great tip as a entrepreneur, is that let your posts, let your advertising just be for you to heal. And if it resonates with somebody, great, but it's not having this agenda, right, of
Exactly.
how to market something or sell something, but really coming from this inner space of your healing. Because when we share our story of what we're going through, it helps to heal others.
Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, typing those captions after I was done with, each one of them, there were several. After I was done with each one of them, I was just like, this is not just for me. It was for me, as I was typing it, it was everything that I was feeling. And it was just an overwhelming message, that this is for somebody else. This is for another, soul out there that is feeling these same feelings. And
I love this. Yeah. Yeah. This is so true. Everybody's like very much into this. No, but I wanted to say, and I'm so sorry because I don't want to interrupt, but I wanted to just say
no,
that
you're good.
this is why I don't do batch content. Like, I know that it would be so much easier for my schedule, right? To shoot a bunch of videos or to do a bunch of posts. Like, that would probably be a way more efficient and effective in an organized way. But I can't do that. I just can't. I really just feel whatever I'm feeling in the moment, and that's where I send it out, because that's where I feel like, yes, I'm tapping into my energy, but I'm also tapping into the collective energy. And I don't post things unless I feel called to. I don't force myself to get back on there, because I have noticed, I think a lot of us healers, and let me know in the comments here, and happy birthday, Raquel, by the way.
Happy
And
birthday,
hello
Raquel.
there, Cecilia. Yeah. I think that, a lot of us, I think a lot of us healers have been taking a little bit of a hiatus from social media. I've noticed a couple of us just stepping back. I know for me personally, going through transformation, everything that you're saying, I can totally resonate with. I don't know if anybody else, please feel free to put in the comments. But I think that this is where we get to really like listen to that inner guidance and that inner voice. And that's where the success comes from versus just forcing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the
Yeah.
same way. I tried. I tried, batching things and putting things out, and it just got really heavy really fast. And I was just like, it felt uncomfortable. And I was like, this is not it. This isn't it. I need to do what I feel. I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Holly. You're so sweet. We love you, Dr. Holly. And you also do reels, and this is something I want to mention about reels too, because I think it's so interesting. It's something that I'll put all this time and all this effort in. It's like, wah, wah. And then the things that I'm just like in the moment that I'm not overthinking it, that I put out, those are always the more successful ones. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's also letting ourselves just be authentic with the
Yeah.
moment versus also trying to like customize the moment?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even Healing with Jay, I was talking to him. We interviewed him on Clubhouse. This was a while back. And I know I love Amy's Reels too. And something that
Oh,
he
thank
was
you.
kind of mentioning was that he doesn't do batch content either. That he really
Mm-hmm.
picks up to the collective energy, and then that's where he creates his reels from.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is really, which I thought was really, you can see it. You can see the difference.
Oh, yeah, for sure. With his reels, for sure.
For sure. I mean, so I would love for us to share some Reiki love. I'd also though love to maybe even incorporate some of your pieces where maybe we could even have a piece around here and like even just like feel the energy of the piece, and maybe you could tell us a little bit of the process. Do you have any pieces by you?
And isn't it funny? I don't have any of my pieces in my living room.
I might. They're like literally we did our live sale, so your stuff is usually always around here because I use it for display. I do have a piece right here. I
Okay.
love this. So, well, I would love for you to like just like I got this piece. I don't even remember when I got this piece. I love your stuff. I love your stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
I have that
Yeah.
piece. I mean, I have your tray. I love your tray. The tray that I have that's like that has the pirate and stuff on it. That's like one of my favorites. The little like
Uh-huh.
I think it's like you can maybe use it for like charcuterie, but I use it for my altar. For
Well,
my,
yeah, that's fine. That
yeah.
works.
But yeah, but I would love for us to send a little bit of Reiki, maybe share some messages from the collective, and I could guide us through a meditation. And if you want to join in, that would be great too. How does that sound?
Yeah, I'll do some Reiki and yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Let's do it. So, and I figured that, because I know that you definitely do channel messages and you also have a little bit of mediumship going on. Is that
Yes, I
correct?
do. Yes.
How
Yes.
has that been for you, discovering your mediumship?
Oh, well, a little bit about my background. I came from a um, very religious background that this kind of thing was frowned upon. Well, it was demonic. That's what I
Wow.
was taught. Yeah. So, at first I was just like,
So true.
it was a little uncomfortable, at first, and then it really just took me just leaning into it and shedding those, you know, things that were implanted in me, in my brain, that were demonic or wrong. But my grandmother coming to me was the very first sign that it wasn't demonic. So,
Wow. How was that experience for you? Just really loving? Like, how did you feel?
oh my gosh, I was
Wow.
driving, and I could just feel her. I could just feel her in the air. I could feel the air around me was soft. And it was almost like she had her arms around me, just a gentle hug. And the air smelled like her. It was her, and she was just there for me. And really, I think she was there for my mom, for me to speak, for her to speak through me to my
Mm,
mom, because my
it's so
mom
beautiful.
is not open to that. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. How, and did you share this with your mom?
yeah, yeah,
What did
I
your how
did.
did your mom respond to it, especially because she's not as obviously open?
She's one to be very like not show emotion,
Mm,
not
right.
sh- she's very, that she believes it, but she was like, so and so told me that her mom came to her, visits her sometimes, and she still feels like her mom's around. And so I think that was her way of saying, yeah, I think I believe it. But I gave her as a gift, as a reminder of this, something that reminded me of my Lula, which was a crystal tree made by Sacred Roots gem trees. It
Oh,
was a little
feel
crystal.
ya.
Mhm. It was a little tree, um, with I think it was celestite. I think it was celestite.
Oof.
And now she has like a little picture of my Lula on the mantle with this crystal tree. Like she's there,
I
she
love
believes
it.
that she's there. And I feel like that's why my Lula came to me, is to
Open that up.
just to give my mom some comfort. So,
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And that's what I love about Reiki. It will be my last Reiki level 1 and level 2 training of this year. So if anybody is curious about joining, please feel free to direct message me, or you can just check out the link in my bio. But what I
changed
love about
changed my life.
I know you brought Papa Todd over, which was so beautiful too. So thank you.
Yeah.
But I love that you're saying that it changed your life, because it changed my life too. It really did. And I think that what I've noticed with Reiki is that it just opened me up to my mediumship, to my psychic
Yeah.
abilities,
Mm-hmm.
to it's like, and the way that I like to teach, as you know, is to just empower your intuitive gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do it through
Yeah,
Reiki, but
absolutely.
really what we're doing is we're just opening up the channel. We're
Mm-hmm.
opening up the spiritual energy and the consciousness that literally rests within inside of us. The ray actually means spiritual consciousness, wisdom. And then the key is the life force energy that emanates all living things. So you're just opening yourself up to be this spiritual connection. And for me, I think it's personal for everybody in their experience, in the sense of that I think that there's so many people that have walked out of this training and then they discovered that they're a medium, or that they start to even realize that they want to take their art right to a different level, or that you start to even hear more things. It really helps to awaken the spiritual energy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Ever since, I mean, my intuition, like, it's just, you know, it it's just made me more aware, and um it's made me more aware and very mindful of, my feelings. And that's a huge change for me, because I was controlled. Really, I was allowing myself to be controlled by those old feelings. And now I'm
Yes.
mindful what those really are. And my gifts have just, like, they just keep growing. They just keep growing. And I love every minute of it.
And
Love it.
thank you so much for saying that it changed your life. And thank you also, Missy, saying that we changed her life, the two of us, and also Daria Wellness, Dr. Holly. And Amy, she said here, Amy channeled a gorgeous Irish coast scene, which is where my mom's partner ashes are. Wow, I'm getting emotional just reading that. Whoa, that's amazing. And also where Maeve, Todd, and I had a ceremony for him while we were in Ireland. That's beautiful. Did that just come to you? That's beautiful.
Yeah, well, that piece, I created it, and then if it's the one she's talking about, that I created it, and then she saw me post about it, and she was like,
Wow.
"That's the codes." Like I didn't even know, you know.
So beautiful. I love that so much. I mean, yeah, your art is it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe of just such healing. It's just a vibe. It really, really, really is. So I would love for us to let's do a little bit of a guided meditation. I'm actually going to grab one of your art pieces and I'm going to hold it up. I have a way, I just have something in my mind of what I'm going to do to
Okay.
incorporate a little bit of this, but it's like I'm going to get this piece that I have because it's my first piece that I bought from you. That's over here. I don't
And
know why I didn't have it with me, but
okay.
I forget the name of it. Oh wait, when I was alone. Is that what it says or
I don't
this
know.
piece?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It looks like when I could be totally reading this wrong.
It's backwards.
I don't even know.
Like I don't know what that said. I can't
But
remember.
then
I would have to look. I would have to look at my post.
yeah, I love this particular piece and when I got it, I felt so much energy in the crown chakra. And I do a lot of I feel like for me I'm always attracted to reds and grounding color
Mhm.
energy. So when I saw this, I was like, wow, I'm really attracted to this and this is more of like those pinks that was like also the heart chakra gets some greens in here, but also a lot of beautiful purples here. Yeah. And so I just feel like this is such an indication of being in the heart and the higher self. That's
Mhm.
how I kind of connected to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think in honor of that, I feel like this is inspiring this meditation. So you'll share some Reiki healing. I'll share some Reiki healing.
Okay.
And let's draw upon this art. Let this art actually be the thing that guides this experience. Yeah. It does remind me of Rainbow Fluorite. It does. So I guess wherever anybody is, let's allow ourselves to just start to tune in and just take a deep breath in. And if you can, close your eyes, breathing in through your nose and out through the mouth. Let's do that two more times together, breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. One last time, breathing in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. And we're going to just start to draw upon this beautiful painting created by Amy here as the inspiration for this Rise and Reiki Live. So starting to activate your heart chakra, breathing into the count of 4, all through your nose and out through your nose if you can. And letting that go out to the count of 5. And now working our way up to the throat chakra, breathing in for the count of 5. And exhaling for the count of 6. Starting to just receive this beautiful energy coming now to your third eye. Perhaps even focusing on some of these beautiful energies that are happening in your third eye at this moment. Breathing in for the count of 6. And exhaling for the count of 7. Now working our way up to the crown chakra, breathing in for the count of 7. And exhaling for the count of 8. Just allowing yourself to tap into your heart and tapping into your crown chakra. Our heart is connected to love, relationships, kindness, forgiveness. And when we are out of alignment in our hearts, we feel that heaviness. We feel that struggle to truly move forward. And so right now, I invite you to just ask yourself, what are you truly ready to move forward in? What passions are you ready to cultivate for yourself? And just feel all of those passions, all of the things that your heart really, truly wish to invest in at this time. Just breathing that in and flowing that out. And now we'll start to just bring the awareness to the crown, to the top of the head. And this is our connection to our higher self, to who we are when we are at our best. This is where we meet the spirit world, our higher source, our angels, our spirit guides. And when we are out of alignment in this energy center, we are overthinking. We lack clarity. We get stuck in the challenge versus the growth. And so right now, how can you move through your challenges with faith in your growth? How would you like to move through perhaps some of that difficulty, knowing that growth is unfolding? And just breathing in all of that growth and flowing that back out. And in honor of Amy's beautiful painting that has been the inspiration for today, we're going to channel in the vibration of the heart and the vibration of our crown chakra. So we're going to breathe in Yam, and we're going to exhale out Om. Breathing in Yam, exhaling out Om. Breathing in Yam, the vibration of your heart, exhaling out Om, the vibration of your crown chakra, and also the universal hymn that connects us all to every living thing, every piece of art, every being that just even joined this live. Letting yourself just receive this beautiful Reiki from Amy. I'm going to be joining in just a second, so just breathing in Yam, exhaling out Om, breathing in Yam, exhaling out Om. And just let yourself receive for just a couple moments. Just feeling that. Breathing in Yam, exhaling out Om. With all this Reiki energy still activated, I'm going to invite you to slowly just open your eyes and take in the energy of Amy's beautiful piece. And there is a message in here for you. And so right now, perhaps even just writing down a word, a feeling that you pick up when you look upon this piece that is meant to be your gift for today. You can even leave it here in the comments. But there's a message here for you. Once you have that word, just breathing that in and exhaling that out. Breathing that in and letting that go. And feel free, you can start to open your eyes. Like again, I know that many of us have them already open, but if you for any reason were joining and had them closed. So people are writing down the words ethereal, release, support. When I looked at it, this time I got trust for myself today. Yes, yes, got just like all the colors in that painting, all of the light is within. See how your art speaks to people, Amy?
I love that.
And so this is where when we get stuck, and myself included, in that whole imposter syndrome, it doesn't allow people to really experience the healing. I know I'm getting emotional too. The healing that you can really truly offer this world. So just like let this be a reminder for yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a hand in the purple reaching out from source. Love it. So powerful. So powerful. So who even knows what the name of this painting was? Because now we have like all these different names for it. So that's, you know what I mean? So that's
Doesn't
what,
matter.
there you go. Exactly. We are ethereal and connected like the stars. So I know that you were receiving some messages while we were doing that Reiki. Do you feel called to share? How did that feel for you? Yeah.
The initial message that I received is you're here to receive love. It's your right. And another message, if you're feeling heavy, ground and allow that heaviness to drain out of you, drain out so that the light can be more clear, that the light can envelop you.
I love every part of that. And it's so interesting because as I was doing the Reiki, I got the energy of the crane coming through, which has been a card that I've been pulling a lot for myself.
I've been seeing, well, I guess it's not a crane.
It's in the crane family,
I've
maybe.
been seeing herring a lot.
I love it. I love it. You know, and the crane is all about trusting the process. Easier said than done. And really having patience. Oh, there you go. Found it. Really having patience. I trust the process. Fortune, patience, crown chakra. I think that what I've noticed is that whenever the energy of the crane is around us, it's kind of this thing of like, but when is it going to happen? Or when is it like, you're like, okay, I'm trusting the process, I'm surrendering. But when is it truly going to happen? Right. And so what I actually received from Spirit today for the collective was that, you know, good things are on the way, especially when you allow. Good things are on the way, especially when you allow. And the thing is that where are you not allowing those good things to enter? Is it through your thoughts? Is it through your actions? Where are you perhaps blocking and not allowing that fortune and that prosperity to really be right here at your fingertips?
Right.
And so you kind of talking about, you know, if you could repeat that part about the light, that was so beautiful. Because I feel like that's how we do it, is letting that light envelop us.
Yeah, yeah. Let the heaviness drain. Let the heaviness drain and let that light in. Let it envelop you. Let it take over.
Let it drain because we get to give it a place to go, right?
Like it doesn't just disappear. It's got to go somewhere and be recycled.
Right, right. It needs to be recycled and it needs to be drained and I think that what happens a lot is that we tend to just hold on to it so tightly. We
Uh,
hold on to the things that really are not allowing us
yes,
to be in the space
exactly.
of abundance. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, I struggle. I struggle every day. But
every day too.
I know that I struggle. That's the difference. Like I don't sit in it. I'm let it go.
Yes, yes. And so let yourself, even, the powerful thing that came through from the art, from that meditation, was just really that vibration of yam and om. Yam is the vibration of the heart, and om is the vibration of your crown chakra. And when our hearts are connected, that's where our minds can also really kind of align to that frequency. We talk about them as being such
Yes.
separate entities, and they are. I know that the heart has its own brain, but what if you were to actually be super intentional in aligning that frequency where the heart and the mind,
Absolutely.
right, come
Hmm.
together in a space of harmony.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I try to bring in, and like I said, exercise that muscle because it takes exercise. It takes a while to, get those past um beliefs, those old limiting beliefs, out of the way to clear space so it takes exercise to exercise that muscle to push those things out and allow.
Yes, it totally does. We have, and also Ikaru, we love you. We know that you're on here. I think you're still on here. I'm struggling to release the death of my mom's death. It's been a year and a half from COVID. First off, Missy, we're sending you so much love. I know that you've shared about your mom, I believe, before. But every time, just know that we're sending you so much love, and thank you for being so honest in your grief. And I think that, like, give yourself, like, there is, like, just because it's a year and a half ago or whatever, like, there's no there's no timeline at all with grief. And maybe it's not really releasing her because maybe that's just too painful, right? To there's that whole statement of everything happens for a reason. I so do not vibe with. I think that there are maybe some things that are, beautiful and that they kind of, come together. But I think that when we're talking about suffering, right? So more of like on that spectrum of it, we talk about, everything happens for a reason, but sometimes there's things that happen that are just so traumatic that our brains trying to process the reason for it might be adding to our suffering, right? And so for you, maybe, it's not about releasing, but it's how would you like to live on her in your own way? How would you like to live on her legacy? I'm sure that there's things that you say, that there's things that you do that when you're doing it, you're like, well, just wait a second, that's not even me. That's my mom coming through me, right? I know, as you mentioned earlier, spirit works through people, spirit moves through people. So even as you're clearing space, her space, your space, the belongings, know that yes, that is the sentimental attachment, but she's still constantly moving through you,
Mm-hmm.
even in this, and even in the energy of you perhaps getting rid of some belongings. And that's okay. I mean, my brother-in-law with my sister, her space, and this is, she ascended in 2018. Everything there is exactly the same from when my sister lived there. I mean, to her toothbrush, everything. He's not in the space, and some people could say that's really unhealthy. Well, it's not really anybody else's opinion. This is what he needs to process his grief, right? And so that's where you get to say, okay, is this still serving me? And if it's not, that's okay. Maybe it's too hard to look at certain things, right? I know for me, I kept my sister's, and this is totally going, I know, a little bit heavier, but I'm going here. But I kept my sister's, ashes, and for me, at one point, I had to get rid of it because it just didn't feel like she was in that box. And so that's where grief is really personal, because the opposing energy of grief is love. So how you loved that person is completely personal for you. And
Mm-hmm.
so let yourself just really think of, how do I want to live on her legacy, and know that she's just working through you. That even if the things that you want to perhaps move and clear, she's working through you. Yeah. And I think you sharing your story about your grandmother, was a clear example of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother has been missing. She passed away in 2015. And my mom's been missing her dear. I mean, my mom was one of her main, caretakers. She was there with her almost every day. So, my mom was, had that little piece missing, So, yeah, me coming to her, with my grandmother coming to me and me coming to my mom helped, somewhat. So I really feel strongly that, like, look for pieces of her around you, pieces
Hmm.
of that person around you.
So beautiful. And I love what Dr. Holly here is saying. And then I love that everybody's creating all these different merch items as well for our next live sale. But we have here that is grief. I love this. I love this collective so much. Grief is the transformation of the love as you begin working and aligning with their spirit. Ooh, can we screenshot that? Dwell's here. Can you screenshot that? Thank you. I'm like, can you screenshot? I feel like my phone has been on such a vibe lately that like I'm even scared to touch it or do anything while I'm doing lives. It's like literally has a mind of its own. It's
Uh-huh.
over me. But
Mm-hmm.
look, I'm gonna read that one more time. Grief is the transformation of the love as you begin working and aligning with their spirit. Wow. What a
Wow.
beautiful, beautiful way to look at that. That is brilliant. Okay. Dr. Holly, that is brilliant. I mean, wow. That is so potent because it's like that, and it just makes me think about this, right? Of what I was sharing yesterday that I learned from David G, which is like, it's what Dr. Holly is saying here, and I'm not saying it as beautifully as you did, Dr. Holly, but what I'm feeling from reading that is that it's almost like it's not this like just like loss, right? It's like a loss of like a physical body, right? But then what you're doing, it's like not just like that, but it's shifting. Okay, we were once here on this, 3D realm, and now we've shifted where I get to connect with you in this spiritual way, whatever
Mm-hmm.
that looks like for you. That gives me so much hope. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, and Dr. Holly's an amazing soul. Dr. Holly, I want you to go live with me next Wednesday at like 5 p.m. if you're available.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, if that doesn't work, let me know. But I like need to message you because I really want to do that. I'm like, well, she's here now. Let me just ask. Oh my God. Anything, I mean, so obviously, when is your next live sale? By the way, I feel like I do not get any of your notifications of anything that's happening anymore. So just like, no, I don't know. Do you notice this with Instagram? Sometimes the algorithm shifts, but anyways,
Yeah, I
when is
have
your,
to go up to I always have, because that happens to me too, where I don't see like people for a very long time. I'm like, did they unfollow me or did they, But no, you have to go up to the corner on Instagram, like on your feed, and it will show you like who you want to like keep tabs on. You know what I mean?
okay. Yeah, because I feel like I would always get your stuff, and now I feel like I'm like, what? I'm like, I missed. What did
Yeah,
I miss? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
let's
what I
make
don't see.
Wednesday work. All right, sounds great, Dr. Holly. We'll sidebar that. But when is your next live sale?
I'm probably gonna do one here in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like local things going on too, so it's a little hard to like keep up with doing both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I'm working on doing some local Reiki stuff.
What?
Yeah,
I love hearing this.
yeah.
I love hearing this.
Actually, Jay and I have been talking for a month or so now about doing things here locally. So,
Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, yeah, I'm really excited. Really
We could
excited.
we could totally do a joint sale. Or if Amy, if you want to even send me stuff, we could do it that way too. Whatever feels really good. We love you, Regina. We love
Yeah,
you so
yeah.
much.
I like
Uh
that you offered that. I mean, if you're still okay with that, then I might do that.
yeah, we could do that, or we could get on together. We could do that too. Doesn't I know that Kiri and Ashley do that, so we could totally
Yeah,
even do
that's
something like
so
that
fun.
too. Yeah, we could
That
even
would
do
be,
something like that too. This way, you don't have to like mail it if that's like kind of, you know what I mean. You can kind of be on
yeah.
your own, whatever feels good. Um, but yeah, we can totally do a combination.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Mm-hmm.
would be great. So I would love that, of course. But yeah, hi Alona. I love this. And so this is like indication. When I hear about my Reiki practitioners getting out there in the world and doing Reiki, it's like the best thing ever. So you're gonna try to start to do some stuff locally.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my grand vision is to have my own space to bring in community healers, artists, all of that,
I'll
and
be up there.
have
I'll come
community
make a trip.
space to do meditations, Reiki circles, things like that, but also have private spaces to do private sessions, but also in the back have my studio and have like little art events and stuff. Like
So
I can see it. Like I can already see the building in my mind.
I will be there. I will be there. I can't wait for it. I'm so
Yes.
excited. I
And
love that you're really wanting to get on it local too. Good for you.
I'm dying to do local. I um Jay messaged me a few weeks ago and I was like, "Yep, let's do it." Like
Yeah.
when, where, what time. So I'm ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think all of us said that we want a grand opening because we'll all be there. It would be, yeah, we wanted, Steve wants to be at the ribbon cutting. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I welcome
I, I,
that.
I will come up. I will visit Pepe and I will be there. I know that too. We got to get back onto doing our card deck, our chakra mantra card deck. That will
Yes.
come
Yes.
into
Yeah.
existence.
It
But
will come. It will come. Yeah,
there's
I
no,
told you,
there's no rush.
a lot of things happening, but like I said, I am on the, I feel like things are just like getting lighter for me. So
I
I'm
agree.
excited for it all. I'm
I
excited.
don't know exactly what you're going through, just like I know like you don't know exactly what is going through. Even if we know, it's like I'm not you, you're not me, but I
Hmm.
can relate to everything you're saying because that's exactly where I am too.
Yeah, like I
So
said, I know you can because I know I'm not the only one.
we are in it. We are
Yeah.
in it.
Hmm.
Everybody's guided art at ribbon cutting. We could do like a cord cutting meditation as we cut the ribbon. That would be so great. Wouldn't that be awesome? I love that. And I
Yeah.
know we have Cheller House of Light, who's an amazing soul, and Cheller will also be doing a open hearts community circle at
Oh, that's
1 p.m.
today.
I'm going, and I got Joelle a ticket. We're both going to be there. So
Uh,
I can't wait for it because it's always on Sundays, which I work. And so I didn't realize that. I just assumed it was Sunday because I can't read apparently, or know my dates, which is not surprising. So, but I'll be there today as well. So just check out Cheller House of
yeah,
Light.
I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it, but I need to sign up for that if they're still running.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all of us are, I guess, going to be into merch as well. Yeah, there you go. I think we just need to have Ikaru's face on a t-shirt. That would be great.
You need
You know,
a space with the tiny hands. Like,
yes. This would be really cool though too. I mean, I don't know how we could but we could put like your paintings on art. Now we're just like, what's wrong with us in this group? We're just literally like building people's empire here. So good. Oh my God. But we love you. We love you so much. Thank you for just joining. Thank you for being so open and so vulnerable with your journey and your process of mediumship and energy healing. I think that all of us really just benefited from hearing your story. And so I just want to honor you and thank you so much.
oh, thank you.
And you also have Reiki sessions as well online.
Yes, yes. Yeah, you would just DM me if you want a Reiki session. Yeah, chakra balancing, Reiki session, intuitive, intuitive art piece with reading, all of that.
Yes, that's the best. That I definitely recommend all of it and you because you're just so fantastic and you're so talented at what you do. And I think that we love you so much and just thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, thank you.
So
I have so much love for you, Jess. Like forever.
forever, same, same.
Yeah.
And I love you. And again, I'm plugging my Reiki training, not to sound, so
Plug
over
it.
the top, but I'm plugging it. And also Ikaru has a tarot training that I'm plugging as well.
Plug
Please
it.
learn with Ikaru. He's amazing. And I know you also
He's
learn.
amazing. Amazing. Like,
Yes.
get in there.
get in there. And so between the two of us, we're like kind of vibing it out for August. But I really believe in Reiki. I really believe in what I'm teaching. It's my favorite thing to teach. And I think that it's what I love about it is that it's not even just about teaching Reiki, but it's really about empowering your healing journey,
Yeah.
helping you to own your intuitive energy and be connected to an amazing community of other fellow Reiki practitioners such as yourself, Raquel, Steve, Dr. Holly. I mean, Joelle, so many of us on here. We just love you so
That's what's so
much.
great about like, I mean, I don't know any other Reiki masters in their community that they have, but I know our community, and it's amazing. Like the community that we have, you know, surrounding all of, you know, you and your students, and it's just, we're all close. We're all, you know, friends, and I feel like it's very unique. It's one of a kind.
Such a
It's
special,
so
special
special.
vibes. And I love you. Thank you for
I
always
love
being in my front row. I'm in your front row too. These comments, I can't wait to
you.
listen to Joelle after, but I do have to say that this one is hilarious. So just we thought to put on a quote, I can't, from Devil Wears Prada. Crystals for spring, groundbreaking. I'm dying right now. I can't. These quotes that are happening below us are
I can't
like,
keep up. I haven't been
I
able to
can't
read it.
either. I I feel like people just want to join this live and just literally just like be able to also like laugh with each other. I can't. I think it's also part of your energy though, Amy, because I've noticed it on your live sales. People definitely get this like extra vibe. I will say that as well. So it's a good thing.
I love it. I love it.
But we love you. I'll see
Love
everybody on
you.
here that's coming to Chellers at 1 p.m. Connect with Amy, book a session, get yourself an intuitive art piece. Trust me, you're going to feel it in your home and your heart. And I love you all so much. So
I
have a
love you guys.
beautiful,
I love
beautiful day. Love you, Amy. Okay. Bye, everyone.